Hello everyone and welcome back. We're at lesson 4.2 today in math, and we're talking about the partial quotient division algorithm, which really means we're going to be dividing up some numbers and doing a partial quotient method to do that. We're using whole numbers today. That means no decimals, no fractions. Let's get started right away. First, I have this math message for you. Amy is 127 days older than Bob. How many weeks is that? So I have a couple things I have to look at. I have this number 127 and it's in days, and I need to find out how many weeks that is. So what I want to do is take 127 and now I have to figure out the weeks. Well, I'm going to divide the days by weeks, but how many weeks? That's what they're asking. How many weeks is it? Well, I know how many days there are in a week, and that's 7. So if I take 127 divided by 7, that's actually going to equal 18 weeks. But it also has a remainder, so it's 18 weeks and 1 day. So it's 127 days older than Bob. How many weeks is that? I took 127, divided it by weeks, how many days there are in a week, and that gave me 18 weeks and 1 day. So Amy is 18 weeks and 1 day older than Bob. Let's try the next one. This one is, what we're going to do is do this partial quotient algorithm method. It's a little bit different, but don't worry, we're going to go through this step by step so you know exactly what you need to do. What we need to do is, it's set up regular, isn't it? There's 127 divided by 7. So here's what we're going to do. I have this long line here, and that's going to help us. Remember, this is just a different way to get to the answer. There's multiple ways to do it. This is just a different way. So the first thing I want to do is look at, how many 7s are there in 127? I could take a guess and I could start to multiply them out over here, but that would take some time. So I can start with, how about 10? How many 7s are there in 70? And I said 70 because I was taking 7 times 10 equals 70. And that's a pretty good estimate. So I'm going to guess with that one. So 7 times 10 is 70. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this 70 and I'm going to put it right here underneath. Now I'm going to subtract it out, and that's going to give me 57. All right? So now, leave this 10 right there. Don't put anything here. I know, it's a little different. It's okay. Now, how many 7s are there in 57? Well, I remember that 7 times 8 equals 56. That's pretty close, isn't it? So I'm going to put 56 over here. And that's going to leave me with a remainder of 1. So now, here's what I'm going to do. This is where it gets a little funky. I'm going to add these together. 10 plus 8, that equals 18. And then I'm going to have this one, which is going to be my remainder. Remainder 1. So it's 18 remainder 1. If I wanted to represent this as a fraction, I could say 18 in 1, and then all I'm doing is taking this number, 7th. But that's for later on. Do you see what I did? I did all my work over here, and I did all of the subtraction over here. So 127 divided by 7 is really 18 remainder 1. Remember, I'm just doing partial quotients. I'm just multiplying them out over here. Let's try some more. I have 1010 divided by 6. Well, I'm going to do the same exact thing. Let's see. First, 6 goes into 1000. Well, if I use the number 100, I know 6 times 100 is 600. So I'm going to put my answer under here, 600. 100. Okay, subtract this out, and it's going to be 410. Now, 6 goes into 410. I wonder how many times can 6 go into there? Let's see. 50. How about 50 times 6? Because I know 50 times 6 is going to be 300. So that's pretty close. So I'm going to put 300 over here and subtract that out, and that's going to leave 110. Now, how many times will 6 go into 110? Let's see. 10 times 6 again. That's what I could do. 10 times 6 equals 60. So I'll minus 60 over here. And 110 minus 60 is going to give me 50. And now 6 goes into 50 how many times? Let's see. I know that 8 times 6 equals 48. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put 48 over here. And that's going to leave me with 2. All right. Now, I'm going to add all these numbers up. I'm going to add the number 100. I'm going to add the number 50. I'm going to add the number 10. I'm going to add the number 8. And when I do that, it's 168. Now, my answer will be 168. And then I have to bring this over. Remainder 2. Now, remember, don't get tricked up. It's okay. If you don't understand, we're going to talk about it more tomorrow. It's just another way to solve a multiplication and a division problem.